Okay. Okay, so this is the Courage Hour, Thursday, February the 10th, the month of love and the month of inspire for OPWP. So I will open up the floor if anyone has a particular topic they'd like to mastermind around, or I can suggest something. So does anyone have something that they would like to talk about for the next 5 minutes?
I don't know if we necessarily need to talk about it, but when you were talking, I thought of it definitely takes courage to love. And I see Beck has her hand up, so I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's courage to love, for sure, to love oneself and others. Beck.
Yeah, I was thinking about, thinking about the month of love, thinking that, last night we had our first heart-to-heart pop-up hour, which is all about being in our heart and what we love and passion and all of that. And I was going to ask the question to you, Terry, like, what does that mean for you doing the heart-to-heart? How was that? And, are you looking forward to, like, what kind of courage does it take for you to do something like that? Was that easy, or did that take courage last night to do the heart-to-heart conversations and being the first one?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've had enough experience doing things like that I wasn't afraid. I mean, there was no fear. There was some walking into the unknown. So when you're walking into the unknown, there's definitely, you're taking a risk. So you are, saying goodbye to any trepidation about doing that. I had no idea what was gonna happen. Nancy and I met because I think planning ahead is always important. It helps you with the courage, right? That you have somewhat of a structure. And I was telling Becky when she first came on that it absolutely superseded my intention for the first maiden heart-to-heart pop-up. So I think moments after we started, my heart was full, and I just knew that it was going to be an amazing opportunity, and it was. So it takes courage to anytime to step out of your comfort zone, and anytime you do something you've never done before, you're out of your comfort zone. It can be a stretch or it can be a risk. It was a stretch for me to do that, mainly because I've done it before, so I knew I could do it in other situations. But it still takes courage to stretch out of your comfort zone at any level. So what happens when you do that, it expands your comfort zone, and I can't wait to do the next one. And I haven't talked to Nancy. We just barely were able to pass, like passing the night a moment, when we started in this morning. But if she's open to it, and we might do it more than once a month, if the need is there, and people felt it the way we felt, how it nourished our heart, made our heart beat faster, made our heart sing, then why not offer that pop-up more than once? But I haven't talked to her. So definitely I can't wait till March the 9th to do it again. And then to get input from the community if they would like us to do that pop-up more than once, because I know I'm going to go for days on that. I mean, it's not going to be just one and done. I'll be utilizing that heart love, that heart-to-heart connection for days, because that's how strong it was. So
I love that. I love how you worded that. I'm going to be using that for days. You're going to be using that sustainable energy, that's filled you up. And it's not just a quick, it's not like the charge won't be gone, right? When you unplugged from it, the charge is still there from the energy. And I love that you just said what we talked about last night. The question was, what makes your heart sing? So I would love anyone that's watching this to answer that in the chat. Like, what makes your heart sing was how we opened the heart to heart. And I thought that was really great to have like an opening question. And we did some fun activities and had some great laughs. So all part of showing up and showing our hearts.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, I saw your post while I was sitting here getting ready to come back on, and it just renewed it, you know, it made it, the symphony began to play again. And it was, so I think that if it did for others what it did for me, then I definitely want to continue doing that. And the next time there won't be any doubt or fear about getting started with it, because it was just wonderful. Yeah. Kelly, do you have anything to say about, you know, courage and?
Well, we're over time, so I don't know if you want me to say too much, but I was bummed that I spaced it. I had 8 o'clock in my head for some reason, but I was happy to be able to get on for part of it and share a piece of me with everybody and receive that energy back. And it was a good experience, and I'm down for doing it more than once.
Okay, that's the first vote. Okay, well, thank you. I'm going to stop the recording. So this is the second Courage Hour on Thursday, February the 10th. And we've been talking about courage to love. And we had our first heart-to-heart pop-up last night, and there was love floating everywhere. And we've made all kinds of music analogies to making our hearts sing. And so I think it just came to me that harmony is one of the components, or one of the characteristics, and maybe one of the outcomes of love is harmony. And when harmony is working, it's a lovely sound. When it's not so much a lovely sound. So how do we remain harmonious with those that we love? What are some of the practices that we engage in that keep that harmony in our relationships?
Breath work. Breathe through it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Everybody wants to talk. Yay!
No, Foxy, I was like, breathe, just breathe through it. This is my biggest tool, is to take a deep breath, to be with the people I love and hold that harmonious space. Breath work, baby.
Yeah. I was saying that I love that you're using the word harmony, because harmony is multiple voices blending together. And you know, when we came together during the heart-to-heart meeting, that was all of our hearts coming together to harmonize together in love for each other in the community, and you know, creating a more I don't know what the word is I want, but in depth, I was gonna say richer, you know, layered, you know, song from our hearts. And I love that you also picked a heart, an analogy of a song, because our heartbeats create sound. And so our heartbeats connecting in that sound and harmonizing together is a beautiful analogy for what last night was, and our community in general.
Yeah, thank you. That music is one of the things that soothes my heart. And when I'm thinking about strategies or tools that can help me to get in harmony with my heart and with my passion, which is to love, music is one of those tools that just really makes my heart sing, and it always has been. And I think once I realized that as a as a young person, I've endeavored to have music be an important part of my life, and I've had opportunities to be in choirs and to be in plays, musical plays, and just I've had record player from the time I had my little 45s on my record player. I go in my room and I would play Frankie Avalon songs over and over and over again because it would soothe me from my teenage anxieties. And it's just been, so when we were thinking about heart to heart, it just came to me that making our heart sing and sing in harmony was just really a great tool for us to expand our community's connection. And it worked. I mean, it was. I mean, on purpose. I think that it just really was effective, and I appreciate that it also touched your hearts as well. So it is 7:10, so we will go forth and embark upon our intentions and be back here at 10 to the hour. So sing a song.
Hey, Terry, do you want to remember to hit pause or stop for the recording too?
We can continue talking about the courage to love. I think one of my greatest challenges in loving, and that's my passion and purpose, is to love as Jesus loved, is to love those people who I perceive as blocking my path. I don't want to say my enemies, because that's what they say in the Bible, love your enemies. But I want to say love those people that are more difficult to love. So I don't know, how do you guys have any secrets on how you love the unlovable?
I try to focus on something that is positive, because I believe that there's always something that we can see in someone else. I think also having compassion that someone is, someone's actions are based on them being in fear, their decisions that are causing me whatever, they're based in fear, and that the other person just doesn't know a better way.
Kind of like seeing others' innocence, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. That's I think that's the tool that we shared with our Stepping Toward Freedom people. Our participants this month was seeing others' innocence. And it's a practice, right? I mean, it's something that we can practice, and with intense and authentic practice, I think we can start to soften our hearts and see that. But it's still a challenge for me anyway, to practice that. Maybe just bringing my mind back to that concept or that tool can assist me in doing that, because I still have the knee-jerk reaction, when I react to something, to not access that tool. So that's a good reminder. Thank you, Kelly. Anything else?
I'd love to hear from Beck.
Yeah.
Well, I was also thinking the seeing the innocence. Of course, that was top of mind for me. And And compassion. I mean, everything that Kelly just said, you know, is really what's been top of mind as we just wrapped up a whole month and really getting my bearings on, you know, what compassion looks and feels like and how I can utilize, you know, reacting, but more responding than reacting.
Yeah.
That's where the compassion comes.
Yeah, I love that. That's my journey, is to learn to respond rather than react. And I'm practicing that enough that it's starting to be internalized, and that brings me joy in my heart too. That I'm able to love more because of that thoughtful response rather than the knee-jerk reaction. Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies, for spending this hour, this action hour around courage. It is 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. And so go forth and share love in the world today. Love you. Bye. Okay, Kel.
Stop the recording.